There are moments in life that split everything into two parts, before and after. And what I'm about to share with you today is exactly one of those moments. This isn't a movie. This isn't a TV show. This happened to a real person, someone I know. And when he told me this story, I had to sit down because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So before I start, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now. Because the stories we tell on this channel are the kind that stay with you. And if you've been here before, you already know we don't do fake drama. Everything you're about to hear is real. Now let's get into it. His name is Marcus, 34 years old, hardworking, the kind of guy who never complains. He'd been driving for a rideshare app for about 2 years, doing it on the side to save up money for a house. He and his wife, Diana, had been married for 6 years. From the outside, they looked like the perfect couple. She worked in marketing, always dressed nice, always smiling. They had a dog, a small apartment they were proud of, and real plans for the future. Marcus usually drove on Friday and Saturday nights because that's when the money was good. Diana always said she didn't mind. She'd stay home, watch TV, go to sleep early. That was the routine. That was the story he believed. Now here's where it gets interesting, and I need you to stay with me, because what happened on this particular Saturday night changed everything. It was around 11:30 p.m. when Marcus got a pickup request. Nothing unusual. The location was about 8 minutes away, in a part of town he didn't drive through much. When he pulled up, he noticed it was a motel. Not a fancy hotel, a motel. The kind with exterior corridors and parking lot that's always half empty. He thought nothing of it at first. People stay in motels for all kinds of reasons. He'd picked people up from places like that before. He pulled into the parking lot, turned on his hazard lights, and waited. The app showed the passenger's name as D. Just the letter D. He figured it was probably a nickname or someone who set up the account with just an initial. And if you're thinking what I think you're thinking right now, just wait. Because what happened next is the part that made my jaw drop when Marcus told me. A few seconds passed. Then he heard the sound of a door opening somewhere above him, on the second floor of the motel. He glanced up through the windshield, just a reflex, not even intentional, and he saw 2 people walking down the outdoor staircase together. A man he didn't recognize, and a woman. Marcus told me he felt it before he understood it. Like his body knew something, his brain wasn't ready to process yet. The way she walked. The way she laughed quietly at something the man said. The way she touched her hair. It was Diana, his wife. The woman who was supposed to be home, watching TV, asleep by now. He sat completely frozen. He said it felt like time just stopped, like the whole world went quiet except for the sound of his own heartbeat. And then, and this is the part I still can't get over, she opened the back door and got in. She hadn't even looked at the driver. She was still talking to the man outside the window, whispering something, laughing again. If you're rewatching this right now and your heart is racing a little, that's exactly how Marcus felt. Drop a comment below and tell me what you would have done in that moment. I genuinely want to know. Marcus didn't say a word. He just sat there, both hands on the wheel, staring straight ahead. And then Diana finally looked up at the rearview mirror and their eyes met. The silence that followed lasted maybe 3 seconds. But Marcus told me it felt like 3 years. She didn't scream, she didn't cry immediately, she just said his name, quietly, like a question, Marcus. And he said, just as quietly, I've been waiting. The man outside was still standing there, confused, not sure what was happening. Marcus slowly turned around in his seat, looked at Diana directly, and asked her one question. Just one. How long? She started to say something, then stopped, then started again. And what she admitted in the back of that car, in that motel parking lot on a Saturday night when she was supposed to be home, that was the moment. Marcus said he understood that the life he thought he had was unreal, that the last 2 years, maybe more, had been a lie told to him in small quiet pieces every single day. He didn't yell. He didn't make a scene. He said he just felt empty. Like someone had pulled the floor out from underneath him but forgot to let him fall, so he was just floating there, not knowing what to do next. Now I want you to think about something for a second, because Marcus shared this with me not for sympathy, but because he said it taught him something he wished someone had told him before. He said the scariest part wasn't finding out. The scariest part was realizing how comfortable he'd become with a version of his life that was unreal, how he'd stopped paying attention to the little signs, the small changes, because he was too busy working, planning, building, for someone who had already mentally moved on. He said, I was driving strangers around at midnight trying to build a future with someone who was using that midnight to destroy it. So what happened after? Marcus drove home alone that night. He and Diana talked for hours. He asked her to be completely honest, and she was finally. She'd been seeing this man for almost a year. She said she didn't know how to end things and kept waiting for the right moment that never came. She cried. He didn't. Not that night. He said the tears came later, weeks later, when the shock finally wore off and reality set in. They separated shortly after. It wasn't easy. 6 years of a shared life don't untangle without pain. But Marcus told me that in a strange, painful way, that night at the motel was also the night he got his life back. Because now, at least, what he was building was real. He still drives on weekends, sometimes. He says it helps him think. And every time he gets a pickup request from somewhere unexpected, he takes a breath, and he goes anyway. Because that's all any of us can do, keep showing up, even when life throws us something we never saw coming. If this story moved you, if it made you think about your own life even for just a second, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps more people find stories like this one. And if you're not subscribed yet, join the channel. We share real stories, real people, real moments that make you feel something. And tell me in the comments, do you think Marcus made the right call by staying calm in that moment, or would you have handled it differently? I'll be reading every single response. See you in the next one.